Champs up, shooting shots, they just want me to fade. But my game made when I'm getting buckets today. Crossover, pull up, bet you fall for the hezzy. Game 7, prime time is butterflies on your belly, now can you do it? Folding under the pressure, boy, can you do it? If you going, show 'em who better. Don't let the game slip and don't get caught in the lights. Crown me, yeah, Jordan taking off on the
Baby,
flight.
give me all the rings right now, we the champions. We the champions. I do my thing right now and it can't be done. They said it can't be done. Give me all the rings right now, we the champions. We the champions. I do my thing right now and it can't be done. They said it can't be done.
Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our eagles fly. Fly, eagles, fly, on the road to victory.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy A.B. Good morning. Good morning. We gonna run it back. It's Monday. It's Monday. Monday Night Football. Eagles versus Atlanta. First home game. Come on, Saturday.
And watch our eagles fly.
Back from Brazil. Ready to go.
On the road to
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. What's going on? It's your boy AB. Welcome to another installment of Open Gym, the morning workouts, man, here on Philly Sports Network and Metro Philadelphia, man. I appreciate you guys being here once again on this beautiful, so beautiful Monday morning. It's football day. It's football day here in the tri-state area, Philadelphia. It's football time, football day. The Eagles play football tonight, Monday Night Football on ESPN, man. I'm your boy AB again. Thank you for joining us here, Open Gym in the morning workouts here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all those things. Hit the notification button. Follow all platforms that we have. Make sure you stay up to date with everything that we got going on during this season, basketball season, football season, just for sports seasons overall, man. Here we're gonna have a good time today. I appreciate you guys being here. Again, like I said, the Eagles play tonight. ESPN, Monday Night Football. Yeah, man, I'm here, and I'm excited. We're going to talk all about it. I mean, we all know how the game went last week in Brazil. I touched on that just a little bit as well last week, but we're moving on. We got the Atlanta Falcons this week, our first home game, official home game, because last week was a home game as well, but that was obviously in Brazil, but this will be the official home game of the Philadelphia Eagles playing down here at the Link. Man, it just feels good here in Philadelphia. You smell the tomato pies and Coors Lights already. I mean, I've been watching the news and everything else this morning. People been down there by 5:30 this morning, already tailgating, standing in line, waiting for the gates to open for them to get in, to start their tailgates and everything that's going on. So it's a good time, and I'm ready for action. Obviously, I got some news and notes leading up to the game before we dive into it. Obviously, we know the news already came out that A.J Brown won't be playing tonight. He's out with the hamstring, which he suffered during practice earlier this week. So he's already been ruled out, which once I heard the news that it happened, we all know how hamstrings can be. They can be real tricky. They can be with you one day. They can be with you, not be with you another day. So it's definitely something that I was just like, early in the season, got the Atlanta Falcons coming up. Not saying that they're such an easy task, because they did revamp their defense a bit, especially the secondary and the safety position. obviously having Justin Simmons and Bates back there as well. Kirk Cousins is there as a quarterback. We'll dive into him as well, but they still have some good skill positions. Obviously, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, who we all love coming out of the draft, and running back as well. Uh, so I guess news and notes heading into it. Let's see. Looks like everyone that was on the um, injury list leading up to the game: Fred Johnson, Isaiah Rodgers, Tyler Steen, Devin White, and Milton Williams, all was full participants Saturday. So most likely all of them guys will be ready to play tonight. Like I told you earlier, A.J. Brown and also Johnny Wilson are both suffering from hamstrings. Johnny Wilson isn't being ruled just yet, but they did rule out A.J. Brown already. Obviously, on the Atlanta Falcons side, they had linebacker Nate Landerman, Antonio Hamilton, cornerback Caleb McGarry, and Jason McLean all injured on the injury list throughout the week. Saturday, their linebacker Nate didn't practice. Antonio Hamilton, the cornerback, was limited, and Caleb McGarry, their offensive tackle, was a full participant as well. So it looked like the first two guys they'll be out, and it looks like for all intents and purposes the old tackle, the offensive tackle, will be playing this tonight as well, which was something I was looking to. Obviously, nothing's been decided just yet, but we'll find out as we get closer to game time. As far as if they play or not, because that'll be something that hopefully the Eagles defensive front, excuse me, hopefully the defensive front can expose and really, attack essentially like that, knowing that, guys are injured and not being there. So definitely that was something good to see. As far as guys being healthy and playing for us, obviously losing AJ Brown is definitely something. I'm not going to say that's minor. It's definitely a big blow. I seen something as well, which I agree with, that positions that we can't afford to lose or lose to injury essentially like that. Obviously, AJ Brown is one of them. Excuse me, Jalen Hurts, things of that nature like that. So definitely, definitely, glad that he's out right now early. Get that together, get it together, and he'll be good. But obviously, how we made the move to get Jahan Dotson, which we'll dive into a little more as well. This is what he got you for. He was down in Washington. Wasn't the number one receiver, but can play inside, can play outside. Obviously at one point it was just him. Eventually down there, with Terry McLaurin being in and out of the lineup, being hurt as well down there as well. So this is what you got you for. You still got Smitty, you still got Jahan Dotson, you still got Saquon Barkley, you still got Dallas Goedert, and others as well. And then Jalen Hurts is still here. A lot of it's going to fall on his hands as well too tonight. So I look forward to it. We only about 11 to about 8 hours away. 8-9 hours away from tip off, which I just cannot wait. The only thing about Monday Night Football, the the wait time definitely definitely, it gets to you after a while, going through Sunday, seeing all the games, and then you still got to wait a whole nother extra day. And then not only another extra day, you got to wait till all the way to nighttime as well to even see that. So definitely, I can't wait to the game tonight. Like I said, the city is buzzing. Fans are down there already. I'll be down there as well doing the tailgates and stuff like that. So definitely, it should be a fun time. Like I said, thank you for following. Obviously, the hats are here. OpenGym. Make sure they'll be dropping actually. I want to say this week or the end of this week they'll be dropping. You'll be seeing something soon with that as well, though. But let's get right into it. Monday Night Football. Eagles playing, people. Eagles playing. Obviously, down at the bottom. If you want to leave, also, we got something new that's going on here, too. If you want to leave a message, whatever, express your comments, concerns, your thoughts about the game, scores, whatever it is you might be want to talk about, right at the bottom of the screen. You see the number on the ticker. Call that number, leave a message. Even on this show, we'll try to even, get to some of the messages as well. To play them as well, and maybe even take a call if you're on here while the stream is going on. So we're gonna have some fun tonight, and let's hop right into it. First subject of the day, obviously, Falcons versus Eagles tonight. ESPN. I can't wait. We all know how the game was last week, what we expect, what we talked about even after the game when it comes to Jalen Hurts, the offense, how it looked, how it can be better, the defense, the defensive line, the corners, all the above. Let's hop on into it. So, me personally, uh, before we get to the Jalen, because y'all know that's the hottest topic. Defense, going up against the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons, excuse me, the Atlanta Falcons right now, we have coming in. Like I said, got a lot of weapons. Uh, they, like I said, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, guys like that. Definitely, you know, are people they need to worry about, people you need to pay attention to going into a game like this. Because even if Kirk Cousins, didn't have the best of showing the first week, but then also uh, we all know coming off the injury he didn't look the same. But then also coming into Monday night, it's prime time. I know uh, people don't like to talk about it, but for all intents and purposes, that's just something that he struggles with, primetime games as well. So you have that element to it. And then also on top of it, we got Nick Foles tonight. The official retirement of Nick Foles as an Eagle, Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP. Nicky Six, Big Nick, all the above, all those things, man. Definitely. So all those things compile, and then also Atlanta being 0-1 after losing last week, and then just the Eagles just being, I feel like overall, still just more talented team overall. I feel like we should be able to win this game handily. If we had A.J. Brown, I can go there handily, but I got to see how the offense looks without a guy like that. But like I said, Falcons coming in, they have some nice players on their team. Can Kirk Cousins actually deliver? Shoot, Kirk Cousins be benched and Michael Penix have to get in, especially if he plays, well, I'm kind of hoping, I'm praying that he comes in and plays like he played last week for sure. When it came to how he performed last week. So I against the way I think it's the Bills, I believe. But either way, if he plays like that, I'll take that over and over and over and over again. But again, defense has to show up and play. Like I said, they have an offensive tackle that was on limited basis until yesterday, who's full participant. We don't know yet is he gonna play or not, but I spoke my displeasure or my concern, rather, I should say, with the defensive line last week when it came to Green Bay, because I just didn't see enough, and specifically from the edges, from guys like Sweat, excuse me, Bryce Huff, and then you got like a guy like BG, my guy, the homie, the big guy, uh, playing at 34 years old, more snaps than the other two guys. Nolan Smith, guys like that, people that we need to, not want to, that we need to do something, essentially, push some pressure, get some sacks, things of that nature like that can really help this team and help the backing. Because like I said, they got guys, Drake London, Mooney. Like I said, we're not going to sit there and stay there studs or top tier, top five, players at their position, but top 15, that's not bad neither. Top 20, I mean, and at the end of the day, it's still the NFL, and anybody can make plays if the opportunity is given to them and they capitalize on it. So can the defense hold up? I think the secondary definitely will hold up. Obviously, we're getting healthy. Obviously, getting, like I read earlier today, Isaiah Rodgers, he'll be back, excuse me, in the fold. He'll be back at the linebacker position, although we know the Kobe Dean has been announced a starter. Devin White will be back, so I definitely believe and I feel that Vic Fangio, defensive coordinator of the Eagles, have something for him, even if it's just some, speed packages where he's just blitzing the quarterback, or getting out of coverage, or run downs or something like that. I could definitely see him being mixed in. What they're going to do at the cornerback position, obviously having Quentin Mitchell start at safety because Isaiah Rodgers was injured last week. What are we going to do this week? Do we move Q to the slot? Because we all know Avonte Maddox, who we all love, a solid player, didn't have the best of games last week against in the slot. So do we move Mitchell to the slot and Isaiah Rodgers to the outside, we will see Monday night. I didn't hear anything specifically. Y'all let me know in the comments. Like I said, if you hear anything, obviously when it comes to that. But yeah, do you move those guys? Because we all know Isaiah Rodgers already mentioned it, and even coaches have mentioned it. Isaiah Rodgers is an outside corner. He doesn't play slot. Quentin Mitchell is someone that they had working on both sides. So if I had to lean to what would happen this way and who Vic Fangio has expressed himself to be throughout this whole year, as far as being, the best player will play, the best people will be on the field and play them regardless, then I can see that happening tonight. Quentin Mitchell definitely would be in the slot tonight, and then Isaiah Rodgers as well will be Isaiah Rodgers will be on the outside, which I'm not necessarily mad at. Like I said, because I'm a big component of that as well too. The best players must play. That's all. The best players must play. So I look forward to seeing what happened again. N'Kobe Dean, Zach Marr, uh, solid games uh, last week, tackling, defending, all the above. So definitely, those are things that I love seeing as well from them guys. Can they continue that trend? Can they continue to build on that? Can they continue to get better at that? Because we all know it's early in the season. A lot of different things happen throughout the season that, you know, once you get to week 4, week 5, things start to, settle down and start to even out. The cream rises to the top. Guys that were overachieving early on in the season, definitely, most of the time come back down to earth. So that's definitely something I look forward to see if they can keep that going. Because again, they're going to be a very important and a very integral part to this Eagle season, essentially like that. If they're going to be the starters, we haven't had the best of linebacker play as of late since we want to say what. I want to say what Nigel Bradham. I would say Nigel Bradham essentially like that. So it's been a while since we had some decent, we had guys like Kazera White and stuff like that, which was dope as well to see. But consistent linebacker play has definitely haunted this Eagles team over the past couple of years, and we all know how he doesn't necessarily put a premium on linebackers when it comes to free agency and stuff like that. So let's see how it goes. Like I said early on, I wasn't the biggest component of N'Kobe Dean because obviously couldn't stay healthy, but then also just felt like he was too small. But like I said, I would love to be wrong with any of these assumptions or things that I speak about when it comes to different players and their talent and what they can do on the field. So that's definitely something that I want to be wrong about. N'Kobe Dean, if he turns out to be a Pro Bowl player, be here 6, 7, 8 years, captain of the team, just making impact plays, then I take it. Because linebacker play. I seen yesterday a guy like Fred Warner is just like literally he plays for the 49ers. And I know, we don't like the 49ers. We talking about a 49er. I get it. But I can sit here and I can be objective and I can sit here and appreciate someone's play. The 49ers are getting hit with the injury bug left and right, missing CMC, missing their safety. I believe people got hurt during the game, like Kittle, Debo went down for a bit. They're just missing a lot of people. So a lot of, especially on defensive side, it was already missing people coming into the season. But a guy like Fred Warner, when I say a linebacker that can make impact plays, he's literally the only guy out there, essentially of status, I would say, on the football field. Even the defensive line that the 49ers have, they have some guys on it, but they just aren't doing anything. Fred Warner's, in the goal line, stripping the ball, diving interceptions, tackles for losses. And we just talking about one guy at the middle linebacker level, literally disrupting the game. Even though they lost, but if you watch the game and see how disruptive he was when it came to the 49ers, like that's the type of linebacker play that us as Eagles fans we're missing. Obviously a Fred Warner doesn't come around every day, so it's not like I'm not saying we got to go out and get Fred Warner, but at the same time, there's some like we wasn't at one point we weren't even we weren't even suitable to have a linebacker out there essentially like that. So I'm looking forward for this defense, how this defense stacks up with this Atlanta Falcons offense. Because again, we know it's Kirk Cousins back there, but it's any given Sunday. In this case, any given Monday, anything can happen. Like I said, Kirk Cousins didn't have the greatest games last week, but again, it's a new day. It's Monday Night Football prime time. They lost last week, so I know they're coming in. Try to get that taste out of their mouth. Pause. Try to get that taste out of their mouth and get into the win column. We know the Eagles are won their last game. We want to continue that trend and keep it going. I do believe this a game that I can see Jalen Carter definitely having a game, and we all know Kirk Cousins as well. He gonna put it up there for you. Can our defensive backs actually make plays on the ball? Get interceptions, get turnovers, get fumbles. Can the defense? I know the defense held strong and basically kept us in the game next week, but as the season go along, I want to see the building blocks. I want to see the defense actually, start taking away the ball, getting sacks, getting pressures, being disruptive as we get later on in the season, get to better scenes. But tonight is definitely a good start to try to get that mojo going, get that good juju going when it comes to the team. So I definitely look forward to that. Offensively, we all know. Offensively, it's time. It's time. We don't have no AJ Brown tonight. That's like for sure. So now we out there with Devontae Smith, Jahan Dotson, Britton Covey, maybe Johnny Wilson. We'll see when it comes to that. We still got Saquon Barkley, still got Dallas Goedert, Kyle Katera at the other tight end spot. Barkley, Jalen Hurts, Kenny Gainwell. Like we have this team has been constructed very well. Excuse me. This team has been constructed very well to where if we have games like this, we should be able to still. I'm not saying as easy as just plugging and playing and going, but we have the talent there to still be able to hold up with the likes of the Atlanta Falcons. And granted, the Atlanta Falcons definitely restructured their backside when it comes to their DBs, corners, and safeties. So there's definitely not nothing to sneeze at. Throwing is not going to be as easy as people think it will be, unless you're sitting here saying, unless you're sitting here saying that, Kellen Moore is about to get out here and scheme up the greatest of games ever, which is possible that can happen. So there's going to be something that's going to be a hand-to-hand thing where scheme-wise and player-wise as well. It's definitely something that we're going to have to put together. And a lot of it, point-blank period, a lot of it is on Jalen Hurts tonight. And let's just dive right into it when it comes to Jalen Hurts. I'm not sitting here saying Jalen Hurts has to throw 30, 35, 40 times a night because I don't believe we have to do that to beat this Atlanta Falcons team, especially when you have a guy like Saquon Barkley in the backfield who can alleviate some of that pressure, and that's running or passing, which I do believe he does have to get the ball at least, I would say, within this game or in general, touches between 20 touches a game, period. That's between running and throwing, passing, catching, receiving. So if we stay within that, man, I feel like him behind this offensive line with this scheme, he doesn't need a lot of volume to be able to be effective in the game. And we seen it evident last week against Green Bay Packers. Some of the runs that he made off of, plays that might be for another running back might not work out for them and be broken down or tackled in the backfield. He made something out of nothing, essentially, like that. And then obviously the offensive line that he has in front of him open up big holes. But again, back to Jalen Hurts, definitely going to come down to him and passing the ball. Can he be efficient? Can he not make those mistakes? Even though his thought process and the potential and the actual interceptions that he had, minus the one against Dotson, which I don't understand why he threw late to the sideline, which could have been a pick six. he just had to make better decisions and know the moment. Obviously, like the one against A.J. Brown last week in the end zone, right idea. And I'm not going to go with the whole arm strength aspect of it because I do believe he can make that throw. He was just late on it, and not only being late in that particular situation, knowing that we're trying to get a score, go up 2 scores, and basically ice and get rid of this game. He has to be smarter with the ball. He has to be smarter with the ball. He has to be smarter with the ball in this situation because, again, even though we know the Falcons aren't the best team in the NFL or the most talented all around, a game like this, giving up turnovers, is the NFL. Anything can go any way, and it can easily go left real fast. Uh, it can go left real fast. I'm sorry. Okay. Sure. Okay. It can go real fast, go downhill real fast, and we don't want to do that. First home game got the fans excited. Nick Foles is retiring. All the above. Jason Kelsey is here. Monday Night Football. He's working here, so he'll be here, and I think he's even a part of the ceremony as well when it comes to the retirement of Nick Foles. So all those things, I definitely believe, will contribute to juice us up, but also we can't come out and be flat. Especially, please don't come out flat. Not tonight. Of all nights, not tonight. Let's get on a good slide. Let's get some good juju going. Drive down the field, get a score. That would be the perfect scenario going into this game. But Jalen Hurts can't turn the ball over. I like how he's throwing. I like the corporation of motion. I like the fact that he's took a concerted effort to work on the blitz as far as recognizing the blitz, throwing out of the blitz, hot reads, things of that nature like that, which I believe he did very well week 1. I believe I seen a stat that on all the blitzes that came at him, I forgot the amount that actually came at him. Jalen Hurts was perfect for 94 yards. I believe it was 9 blitzes that he had at him last week. So 9 blitzes, 94 yards. Is very, very good. Very good. Something we didn't see last year when it came to Jalen Hurts, which we complained about, struggled with him, not early on in the season, but definitely later on in the season, definitely was something that was concerning. That going into the season, that it continued week 1. Something that he has to clean up. Something that definitely, can't continue if this team wants to win, because although we have all the talent in the world on this team that's presently constructed, I don't care who you are in the NFL. If you throw away games, if you throw away turnovers, if you give away turnovers, you lose games, and you're going to lose games. Again, I appreciate everybody being in here. Like I said, you got the number. You want to leave a comment, we could play some of them later on as well. If you got anything you want to say, or you want to call up, give us a call as well. But yeah, so I see y'all in there. Yeah, dollars sucks. We're going to get the dollars. We're going to get the dollars. Trust and believe. We are going to get the dollars. But, yeah, the Eagles, Jalen Hurts has to be special. I do believe this is going to be a Smitty game. Has to be. He's the only one that, knows the offense as much as outside of Dallas Goddard. But, Jahan Dotson's still fairly new, only been here about three weeks now. Guys like, want to depend too much on Britton Covey. So it's definitely going to be heavily in the passing game. It's definitely going to be heavy on Devontae Smith, which is fine by me because that's the luxury that we have. Thank God for Howie Roseman. That's the luxury that we have to basically have 2 number 1 wide receivers, essentially, like that. 2 number 1s that can, go get the ball, make plays, all the above, without an issue. People coming. So I do believe we have another number 1 in Devontae Smith as well, who can go out to do that. But obviously, no A.J. Brown. That definitely drops tremendously what we can do on offense as far as his explosiveness, his home run ability, his catch radius, his yank, his yards at the contact, all those things that A.J. Brown is special at will be missed. But at the same time, Smitty is very serviceable within that realm as well. Excuse me, within that realm as well. So I do believe it'll be a good game for Smitty tonight as well. But we haven't seen him or tight ends in general this NFL season, which I understand. I guess it's going to more of an aerial attack this NFL season, but I do expect, and I'll hopefully they get more of the Dallas Goddard into the game plan. It has to be, you don't want to have to rely too much on the outside, knowing that we missing a guy like that, like A.J. Brown. But this is a perfect game for Dallas Goddard. I believe the middle of field from the Atlanta Falcons defense is definitely something that can be exploited. Like you said, Dallas Goddard in the middle of the field. Like you said, Jahan Dotson, who can play inside and out. So I do believe they'll probably be moving him around a lot from the outside, from the inside, a lot of drag routes, slants, things of that nature like that. Just try to get him with the ball in his hands in space and use the athleticism and speed. Definitely Saquon Barkley will be incorporated more. Can I see him getting his touches up to 23 to 25 touches a game, depending on how the game go? Absolutely. Do I want to stay within that 20 touch range? Absolutely. But I can see him being more incorporated in the run game, but even more so in the passing games. Maybe some screens, obviously some check downs, option route, arrow routes, things of that nature. Maybe even putting them out in the slot as well, because like you said, Mr. A.J. Brown, you got the guys like Britton Covey as well that'll be playing the slot a lot, but I don't know how much they want to rely on Covey in the slot as well, but we will see. But Howie Roseman, the way he constructed this roster, and it was one word that they used a lot this year, and it was more predicated to the defensive side. But I do believe. Give me 1 second, everyone. I'm sorry, I have a little technical difficulties. There we go. I'm back on action. All right, thank you for being there with me. Even though I do believe it was more so predicated on the defensive side of things, as far as the word they use, versatility. I do believe that's also on the offensive side, because we do have a lot of different players you can use in a lot of different spots. Like I said, not only Smitty can go into the outside, he also can play the slot as well. He was in the slot quite a bit week 1 against the Green Bay Packers. The last drive down the field to set up the field goal, that was another thing. Smitty was in the slot a lot of beautiful passes from Jalen Hurts, but a lot of great routes from Smitty. So if you're talking about interchanging him and Dotson, Smitty and what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? I see y'all coming into the chat. I appreciate y'all. Smitty can be versatile along with Jahan Dotson in and out of the slot. You might even can put, I've seen it as times as well, back in when Kellen Moore was back in Los Angeles and in Dallas, he had the tight end, and we have an athletic tight end in the slot as well. So the versatility aspect, I feel like, was not only just a defensive thing when it came to the Eagles, but it also was just an organizational philosophy, I feel like, going into this season, because having a situation like this last year, think about last year going into that playoff game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and A.J. Brown was hurt. Yo, what's going on? A.J. Brown was hurt. It was just Smitty, and it was all Smitty. He had a great game, but it was just all Smitty. It was no one else behind him that could pick up the slack. The run game wasn't there. Nothing. Even though we all know the guys quit for the most part, they just wasn't into it anymore. Still, we seen the lack of depth, or not even depth, but the lack of solidify a solid athleticism or talent at the skill position when it came to our depth last year. So it was definitely something that we struggled with last year. defensively and offensively if we want to get right to it. But Howie Roseman did a great job this offseason. I give him his respect. A great job this offseason constructing his roster, giving us great depth at these positions and versatility as well. Because, like I mentioned, all these different guys that we have playing tonight could move all over the field, which is great for matchups, confusion when it comes to the Atlanta Falcons because they can't just, you know, load up on Devontae Smith and not worry about anyone else because you got a guy like Saquon Barkley in the backfield. You got a guy like Jahan Dotson that's here now. You got guy Kenny Gainwell, and even I want to see the guy Will Shippey. I mean, this is the time when you're missing your big guns that you incorporate everybody essentially. You know, to try to minimize if turnovers is an issue for Jalen Hurts, is a comfort to the coaches to try to alleviate some of those pressures or some of those, you know, issues that can happen during the game or lack thereof, essentially. So try to give the ball more to a guy like Barkley. Try to incorporate Will Shippey in the passing game a little more. Kenny Gainwell, like I said, Jahan Dotson, end the rounds, drag routes, just easy completions. Get the ball out of his hands. Let the playmakers do what they're going to do. Don't have to play hero ball. Don't have to throw it up every play. Go for the home run. It's very simple. It's very simple when you break it down when it comes to the NFL game. Yes, the big plays are wild for ratings. Chicks dig the long ball. You know, all those cliche sayings. You know, but when it comes to just this team, our quarterback, how much talent we have on this team, it shouldn't take too much. You know what I'm saying? So get the ball out, get it to our playmakers, incorporate all these guys, and I do believe we'll walk out with the win. Obviously, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You know, let me know what you think about this game, the approach of the game, what you think the Eagles should be doing, the scores. Obviously, let me know what you got, what's going on at the end of this broadcast. Obviously, I'll give my predictions and my scores when it comes to this game. But you know, talk to me. Let's have a chat. Let's talk. I see y'all in the comments. Y'all coming in there. Yeah, man. I do believe this is a winnable game. Like I said, Nick Foles night retirement. You gotta win it for Nicky Six. He got us a Super Bowl, so the least you could do is win a Monday night game for him on his night. Tonight. Let's see what we got here. Color more, approach more creative, and to keep it simple. Color more approach tonight. To be more good question, Drew. Good question. Most for me personally, it could be a little bit of both. You can. It is a world that you can live with both of these situations when it comes to the Eagles and tonight when it comes to Atlanta. Yes, I would think not having A.J. Brown tonight, I do believe it would be incumbent to Kellen Moore to be a bit creative. I'm not saying we got to go out there and do Philly, which would, when I think about it, would be crazy if we did that tonight and you got Nick Foles watching. But it's not incumbent of him to come out and be very creative. Obviously, missing A.J. Brown, you got to be a little bit more creative because A.J. Brown was just such a monster where it's just like, yeah, you could just give it to him and let him work. So creativity, I do believe, is something that definitely Kellen Moore should approach tonight with. But then also, it doesn't, this is where I say both things can conspire together. He don't have to be overly creative. He doesn't have to think he has to be so creative that's the only way he can win. You know, like I said, simple screens here, drag routes, slants, comebacks, you know, digs, things of that nature like that, in routes. You can make those same type of concepts, be creative, maybe having two running backs in motion, maybe This time Saquon is in the slot. This time you have Smitty on the outside. He motions to the slot. You can be creative, moving Goddard out to outside or to the slot. You could be creative in what he does tonight, which I do believe is something he should do, which I believe he will do. Be creative, but doesn't have to be overly creative where you oversimplify or it don't be simple enough that it's just too much where it doesn't need to be, because I do believe the talent the team has overall is way better than what the Atlanta Falcons have. That's a good question. So I do believe that's something to do. To get yeah, he uses to have a problem with getting. Yeah, I mean we've seen Kellen Moore in the past get cute and Dallas, absolutely. But again, that's something that I don't think here he has to be too creative when you have so many playmakers, even with a guy missing like A.J. Brown in Atlanta. Y'all let me know. Like I said, I appreciate everyone coming in. We got almost 100 people here on the show, man. I appreciate you guys coming in. We talking Eagles. We talking NFC standings, NFC East standings. We're going to recap the whole weekend in the NFL. I appreciate you guys in here. Like I said, like, comment, and share. Make sure you hit the comments as well. Let me know what you think about the game tonight, how you feel, your game scores, and everything. And also, obviously, everyone that's just here you didn't know, we have a call number as well. If you got any comments, concerns, or just want to just talk your stuff about tonight's game, you can leave a message at that number 484-519-1495. If we get any messages in here, I'll try my best to play some of them tonight. I mean, not tonight. Play some of them during the stream, and I'll answer your questions. I know sometimes you don't want to comment or anything like that. So yeah, make sure you call that line and leave me a message, and we'll talk about it. But back to the Eagles. I'm a big fan of the Eagles. I lost my grandfather. Damn. Sorry to hear that, man. But hopefully tonight can lift your spirits a bit with a big Eagles win tonight. So big fan of Eagles. 20 before I lost my guy. So yeah, man. I'm sorry to hear that, but definitely, hopefully, things can get going and we can get a big win tonight. But back to the Eagles, man. Hey, how y'all doing? All right. How y'all doing? Back to the Eagles, man. So yeah, Jalen Hurts. He has to step up. Again, doesn't have to be throwing 35 times tonight. I don't think that has to even happen. He has too much talent around him to do that. But he cannot be the reason we struggle tonight or lose tonight. Like I said, let me know in the comments what y'all think about Jalen Hurts, what type of game he should have tonight, what type of game you think he will have tonight. Let me know what you guys think. But again, Jalen Hurts, I do believe, I'm not going to say a lot of it falls on him tonight, but a lot of it falls on him to where he doesn't mess it up or have a game where it's just like we're struggling to score points, or we're in the end zone, we're turning the ball over, or or he's just fumbling the ball. Things that he had. We all know what happened last week. He had 2 to 3 turnovers overall, but we all know it could have been about 4 to 5 of them overall. But again, you can't let that dwell on you. It's a game by game situation. He has a time to go out there and put on a show. We know how Jalen Hurts like to put on a show on Monday night on nationally televised games, especially night games at the link, which is going to be a rocking. Like I said earlier, they down there at 5:30 this morning, already tailgating, getting ready for tonight. So you can see the fans already. We're ready. You see, I got my Eagles green, my Jalen Hurts jersey on already. So you already know I'm ready. I hope everyone here is ready as well. But Jalen Hurts just don't F it up, man. Just don't F it up, man, for sure. So the Eagles tonight against the Atlanta Falcons. And y'all can tell me down in your chat who's your surprise guy, who you think can have a breakout game tonight. Score predictions. But me personally, I said earlier already, I do believe this is a breakout game for Devontae Smith. I ain't gonna say breakout because we all know who he is and what he can do. More so like this is gonna be a strong game from Devontae Smith. I'm sitting here saying 100 yards, 9 catches, something like that. Dallas Goedert, I do believe, also will be a part of this as well. I believe he'll have a solid game. Obviously, A.J. Brown being on more targets. I'm excited to see what Jahan Dotson does, what they have for him this season when it comes to I'm not this season, this game when it comes to the night, what packages they have him in, what routes they have him going through, stuff like that. So I'm excited. Saquon Barkley, make sure he can get it out the game healthy. I do believe he'll have a sensational game as well. Atlanta run defense isn't as stout. The back end, yes, throwing wise, we're going to see. But I say tonight, Eagles win. Monday night, prime time, Kirk Cousins, who possibly be benched tonight. I say Eagles win tonight. I think we scored 20 points still. I say Eagles win 24-13. Eagles win tonight. I believe, obviously, I'm not going to say we're going to start slow because I do believe we score out the gate first possession, but I do believe there's a law in the game where nothing happens, but then once we get into that second half, adjustments are made. We go on and go forth and go on and win this game. So offensively, I got Devontae Smith as my standout. Eagles going to win 24-13. Defense, I think this is a Jalen Carter game. Even though the tackle might play, offensive line of the Atlanta Falcons isn't the best, and they're banged up. I do believe Jalen Carter gets a sack or two within this game. Definitely quite a few pressures. If any indication of this season is what Kirk Cousins is going to be moving forward, and him being, I do believe he came back a bit early from his injury, but rightfully so. They went and drafted a quarterback in the draft this year. I do believe him not being able to move as much, there's some opportunity for this Eagles defensive line to show up tonight. Come on, defensive line. I know everyone is giving the defensive line or the team in general a bit of a leeway because of how bad the field was leading up to in Brazil, essentially like that. I do believe still that played a factor. So I do believe on this field, on this grass, should be a fairly cool night. No precipitation tonight as well, going into tonight. So it should be a clear night. So there's not that excuse as well. So we should see better pass rush, hopefully, from guys like Josh Sweat, Bryce Huff, not Nicole B. Dean, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Nolan Smith, Bryce Huff, like I said, BG. This is going to be a defensive line of game. Last week, if you've seen the Falcons game and any indication of what their offensive line is, this offensive line can be had. Even with a guy like Bijan Robinson in the back, who I do believe will be an issue and I'll get into that in a second, will be an issue today. This is an offensive line that our defensive line can attack. This is something that we should have a solid play from our defensive line. I do expect, I'm not going to say anything I hope or wish, I expect at least 2 to 3 sacks tonight. I don't know from who. I do believe Jalen Carter have one or maybe 2 of them. But I do expect 2 to 3 sacks tonight. You have to. And then also, obviously, quarterback pressures. Get the ball out of his hand, get him moving. Turnovers. This is the perfect game to put a lot of fans, a lot of analysts, a lot of radio hosts at ease when it comes to this defense. Again, we all know what we came into with this defense. And this is not to poo-poo the defense. The defense did a swell job last week against the Green Bay Packers, being in the red zone twice and only giving up 6 points overall. So these are things I do believe would definitely play into the favor, all the speed we have on the edges. So I do believe the defensive line should be at play today. Bijan Robinson, Swiss Army knife, can run it, can catch it. He's going to be a threat in the passing game, the running game, and the slot, wherever they need Bijan rest. We've seen week 1 that his usage rate from last year to this year has gone up dramatically. So that's definitely something that we're going to have to look forward to when Bijan containing him. That's going to come down to the linebackers. Can the Kobe Dean, Zach Bond continue to play the way they're playing, going through the season, going up against matchups like Bijan Robinson tonight. So that's definitely something that I look forward to when it comes to this Eagles team and this defense. This is going to be a challenge for the defense. If Kirk Cousins has some semblance of a heartbeat, this will be a challenge for the defense tonight. Not saying we can't stand up to it. Not saying that we can be up to the task or handle our business when it comes to this offense, because they have some talent on the offense. But at the same time, I do believe this Eagles team is up for the challenge, and uh, 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 they're able to be formidable tonight. No slippery glass, no slippery grass or anything like that. So there's no excuse tonight, defense. No excuse. Jalen Hurts, no excuse. Pass the ball, no turnovers. Get a ball to Saquon Barkley. Get a ball to your playmakers as frequently and much as possible. Don't have to overcomplicate the offense. Just get the ball to your playmakers' hands. Defense, no chunk plays, tackle, rally to the ball, get pressure on the quarterback, get sacks. I know it seems as simple. It's not as simple as I'm saying it, but for this particular game, for this particular night, all that's going on, the team that we're playing, I do believe it can be that simple if those things are executed. The little things are paid attention to. Penalties, no precepts, penalties that like we had last time can't happen. They're cracking down on the whole alignment, the offense alignment now. No motion, pre-snap motions that mess up. All the things that plagued the Eagles previously when it comes to penalties, turnovers, and things of that nature. We clean up those things. I can easily see us winning, scoring 30 points, and that could be an average throughout the whole year. If those things, and that's for any team, obviously, but more so we're talking about the Eagles because that's something that we struggled with during the ending part of last year, and then even to the start of this year. Should be a good game. Yes, it should. Yes, it should. It should be a good game tonight. I'm excited. So that's something that I look forward to when it comes to this Eagles team going into this game. So I can't wait. ESPN Monday Night Football tonight. We should hear a lot of Eagles chants down there. Fans be loud down there. Do all those things that we need to do to make sure we get this win tonight. And tomorrow when I'm streaming, we have a lot to talk about. And not only a lot to talk about, more of an Eagles win, how we won and how good we were doing it. And not like last week, even though we won, we're still talking about the same things that we need to work on, turnovers, things of that nature like that. So let's get into it. So we got that. So look forward to that. You know what I mean? Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let me know what's your scoring prediction. My scoring prediction for tonight, I did say it quite a bit ago, but I got the Eagles winning right now. And it could go up by how I feel as the time go on. Maybe get a little juice in me or something like that. It's like, no, but right now I got the Eagles winning 24-13. I know it seems tighter than usual, but I believe second half we just pulled away late, and we go on and get this win. So yeah, Eagles win 24-13. It could go up by the time this stream ends for sure. By the time this stream ends for sure. Moving on. Next order of business. Next order of business. Next order of business. Next order of business. Y'all already know. Yeah, it wasn't going to be a stream if we didn't talk about these guys. America's team. America's team. America's team. I see the post. I believe it's a picture of a man sick with an oxygen mask on in a hospital bed. They said you'll be sick. You're one sick individual if you're sitting there actively rooting for that Dallas Cowboys to lose. Well, damn it. Where's my tea? Damn it. I'm a sick individual because the Cowboys lost. Insert Stephen A. Smith laugh right here. The Cowboys lost yesterday 41-13. 41-13 to the not St. Louis, St. Louis, to the New Orleans Saints. Woo! What a great day it was to be able to sit and watch football. Ain't nothing like watching football, NFL Red Zone, other teams, on Twitter or X or whatever it is now. Watching everyone else stressed. I know we're going to be doing a lot of stressing tonight, but watching everyone else stressed, just looking at the games, enjoying your Sunday with maybe a meal, nice brew or something like that. It's nothing like watching those games and just having a good time. And it was a good time yesterday. It was a very good time yesterday watching the Cowboys just get totally dominated, shellacked, looking befuddled, confused, and just overall just like out of sorts and upset, frustrated, and everything else. And I'm just sitting back, legs up, nice iced tea, spicy chicken sandwich with the coleslaw. Watching them just get totally dominated by a New Orleans Saints team. Well, currently 2-0, 2 wins in a row. Kind of crazy knowing all the not the expectation, knowing the unknowns going into the season. Derek Carr only threw 16 times, completed 11 of them, 243 yards, 2 TDs, 1 sack, 1 interception. How you throw 16 times, only complete 11, and throw two TDs and still have 243 yards on this vaunted Dallas Cowboys defense? Get the Dak. Dak threw 39 times, completed 27 of them. Efficient. I'll give him that. 293 yards, only 1 passing TD, 2 INTs, 3 sacked 3 times, fumble once, didn't lose it, but fumble once. CD Lamb did nothing. 4 catches for 90 yards and a touchdown. So the lone touchdown that Dak Prescott threw was just a CD. No one else did anything. If you want to get to it, Rico Dow, 7 attempts, 30 yards. Ezekiel Dallas, 6 attempts, 16 yards. Deuce Vaughn, 4 attempts, 11 yards rushing. You know, no one can catch the ball. I mean, just getting dominated. Defensively, did nothing. Really, Trayvon Diggs, we call him the interception, master, but he can't cover a lick, but he can sure intercept the ball, but can't do anything else. Michael Parsons didn't do anything. It's and this defense I was supposed to be scared of this defense. They told me the Eagles are going to be, and granted, they might be fighting neck and neck for the division, obviously because of, the Cowboys going to do what Cowboys do, beat up on bad teams, so that the win-losses are going to add up enough for us to be competing for that number 1 spot. But I'm not scared of these Cowboys. I mean, I know it's America's team. We got to talk about them. Micah Parsons, Diggs is back. Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I don't care about none of them. Dak Prescott, CD Lamb, everybody got paid. I get it, but I don't see what everyone else sees this year to think that the Cowboys are going to be only who they've only been for the past decade plus. It's just the Cowboys. Win regular season games, losing the playoffs. And shoot, the way this team look, if this is any indication of what this team would be going forward to the season, how can you trust what they're going on? Some of the body language I've seen from the guys like Dak, from the guys like Micah Parsons, who probably on this podcast today, you're going to hear all about that. I don't sit here and fear them. They can't stop the run. Obviously can't stop the pass. I mean, the man only attempted 16 passes and completed 11 of them and still had almost 250 yards. I mean, Alvin Kamara, he went absolutely nuts. I'll give you a stab. That's part of the reason why this goes to the run defense of the Cowboys, which it already was lagging, but losing some of the guys, especially at linebacker, like I believe his name was Van Esch or something like that. Michael Parsons isn't the biggest guy, and not the biggest opponent that's stopping the run as well. But Alvin Kamara completely went off, rushing 20 attempts, 115 yards, 3 TDs. Longest run was 15 yards. He was targeted 3 times. He caught 2 of his passes for 65 yards and a TD. His longest run was the 50. I mean, Alvin Kamara single-handedly beat the Dallas Cowboys. And then the Saints defense played better than what I expected them. Expecting them to be. Like I said, they held the Cowboys to only 13 points. 19. I'm sorry, I said 13. 19 points rather. They held the Cowboys to 19 points yesterday. So for them to hold them under 20 points was a shocker to me. I see we got a comment here saying the Cowboys, the Saints are going to be contenders. I don't know how much of a contender they're going to be. I'm not sure how much of a contender the Saints are going to be. But I appreciate them beating them right now. It helps us within the conference. It helps us within the division and everything like that. So I appreciate them now. I don't know how much of a contender they would be going forward. But as of right now, I appreciate what they did. But back to the Cowboys, couldn't stop the run, couldn't stop the pass, bad body language, already bickering. Who knows what Jerry Jones is going to say today when it comes to his team? So going to the season, and let's just dive into the division. The division itself. Let's see, we got here. Excuse me. So you got the division right now with the Eagles, Eagles, Cowboys, Redskins, and I'm sorry, I'm sorry, not the Redskins, the Commanders. The Commanders. So right now, when you're in that division, you got the Eagles. The Eagles and the Cowboys, obviously, they're leading right now. Eagles didn't play yet. The Cowboys are 1-1. Eagles are 1-1. The Commanders, the Cowboys are tied for second. They're both 1-1. Obviously, the Giants are just a dumpster fire. They're 0-2. They lost to the Commanders yesterday, so the Commanders actually got a game up in the division, so they're in the top. They're in the second spot right now. But just looking at the division right now, Eagles, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants, obviously that would change because I'm not the biggest fan of the Commanders right now. And I see the talent in Jalen Daniels, but I don't see him being this all-world beater of a quarterback right now because he just doesn't throw the ball at all. He literally doesn't throw the ball at all. So easily, I believe this Eagles team should be able to win this division. We talking about only, 11, maybe 12 wins to be able to win it already. So I don't fear any of these teams coming out into the in this division. I'm back to the Dallas Cowboy game. 20 first downs, 24 first downs for New Orleans, 20 for Dallas. Dallas rushed 21 times, 68 yards, no touchdowns altogether. New Orleans rushed 39 times for 190 yards, like stuff like that. That's crazy. Like this was supposed to be a vaunted defensive line, of the Dallas Cowboys, and y'all want me to sit here and say and anoint the Dallas Cowboys division leaders and winning the division, and they're going to do this, they're going to do that. They got these players. I don't see it whatsoever. So I got the Eagles winning this division as well over the Dallas Cowboys, and I fear no one within this division. And if we want to get into it a little deeper, if we want to get into just the NFC conference in itself, we talking about right now, you talking about the conference leader in the NFC right now is New Orleans Saints. It's the New Orleans Saints. The Eagles didn't play yet. 1, 2, 3. So we're in fourth right now, but that can easily be, if we handle business tonight, that can easily be, we can be 2-0. We in the mix with that. So you got your top 5 teams, the top 5 teams in the NFC conference right now. Would you believe this? If you was to sit here and start and restart the season, and people making predictions and different things of that nature like that, or who you would think after week 2 would be your top 5 teams in the NFC conference, you probably would have 49ers, Dallas, Green Bay even, Los Angeles Rams even, stuff like that. But right now, currently in the NFC, the top 5 teams in NFC with New Orleans Saints at 2-0, Vikings at 2-0, Seattle Seahawks at 2-0, the Eagles at 1-0. We play tonight. Obviously, that remains to be determined. So this is just right now. And then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 2-0. Everyone else is 1-1 with the Falcons, who play tonight, 0-1, and the Rams, Giants, and Carolina Panthers, who I believe the Carolina Panthers are probably going to go 0-17 this year. That team is just terrible. They're all 0-2. So if you started this season, say after week 2, those would be your top 5 teams in the NFC in general, I wouldn't have believed you. I couldn't believe you, because there's no way I could sit here and say that. Now, the Eagles, I could see there, obviously, and not being biased, just looking at the roster, how it's presently constructed, you would obviously the Eagles, the 49ers, Dallas, maybe, not even the Vikings. They got Sam Darnold down there. Green Bay obviously would be in there in the mix as well too. But no, we're talking about Saints, Vikings, Seahawks, and Buccaneers. So I'll let you know how the early part of this season is going right now. But again, long season to go. But right now, to see those top 5 teams and just looking how the teams are playing, things will settle out. Things will settle, balance themselves out. Talent will rise. A lot of teams are hit with the injury bug. But this is a toss-up. This season, when it comes to the NFC, who could get the number 1 seed, who can get the bye week, it's a toss-up. It's an absolute toss-up, because although the Saints, I don't believe, are natural or end-all or be-all contenders, I think they'll be around. I think they'll upset some folk, win some games they're not supposed to win. The Vikings, Godspeed to Justin Jefferson. I believe he had a knee or something, ankle or something injury in his last game. But if Sam Darnold can be serviceable throughout the year, we all know who Sam Darnold is, but if he's serviceable with the talent he has around him, Aaron Jones is running back, Justin Jefferson, things like that, they can win some games. I'm not saying they win the division or anything like that or go to the playoffs, but they can beat some people. Seattle Seahawks, they're always going to be there. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield, resurgence down there in Tampa. That's something to look at. They're going to win some games. I wouldn't be surprised if they're a wild card team later on. Detroit Lions, even though Jared Goff's is back to being Jared Goff again, they're still a talented team. Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray, if he can stay healthy and actually read his playbook, if he looks like how he looked yesterday, beating down the Rams, I believe they scored 40 points on them. They're around. Like I said, Dallas will still be there. San Fran will get better. I told you about Fred Warner at the start of the stream. The man is amazing. They're going to get healthy. CMC will be back. He's on IR now, but he'll be back. Green Bay, I know Jordan Love is going right now, but he'll be back. So again, I say all that just to say that the NFC is a toss-up. This isn't something that I'm afraid of, or I believe that it's going to be just such this grueling task to be able to get the number 1 seed. The number 1 seed in the NFC is absolutely on the table. Absolutely on the table. Absolutely on the table. The NFC number 1 seed home, excuse me, the way this is set up, if the Eagles, and this is like the utmost top thing they can do, the Eagles can win the division and get the number 1 seed within the same year, have a bye, all those things of that nature. That also only will come, obviously, if we get out of our own way. I believe this particular NFL season, outside of possibly just a quarterback duel against Patrick Mahomes, as far as actually winning the game, or someone that can come in and beat us, rather, I should say, I don't see anyone of substance or a team that's so far above and beyond the Eagles that we can't contend with or that we can't run with or we can't score with. You know, uh, and even the Chiefs. I mean, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, they got a lot of speed, so I'm a little worried because our defense got to guard somebody. But again, this NFC East. I mean, NFC East and NFC is wide open. Something that's very obtainable. That if we do what we supposed to do as an Eagles team, absolutely we can win this division. Absolutely we can win this conference and potentially be even just. I'm not particularly. I don't care for that particular title, but can have the best record in NFL overall. But it's a long season and remains to be seen. But that's the type of talent we have on this team. But that's also how wide open this NFL season is, and it's a prime opportunity. And I can see why how he did what he did when it came to getting as much talent, getting people signed early on this roster as he could this season because the window we talking about this is the window for the next 5 years if our quarterback is who I think he is. I know a lot of people out here don't believe in Jalen as much as I do. And this is not to say that Jalen doesn't make mistakes or he doesn't have things he need to clean up or learn. But I more so lean to the fact of the good as far as what I've seen him be able to do. Now, if he can hone that and do that more consistently, the sky's the limit. Shoot, the sky's the sunroof. We're going past the sky essentially like that. So that's something I do believe Jalen Hurts can be. So this division, man, definitely wide open. This conference is definitely wide open. Um, and I look forward to tonight. What else you gotta say? Oh yeah, Dallas sucks. Yeah, spam the chat. Dallas sucks. Dallas sucks in the chat. Dallas sucks. We going like this all season. This ain't your normal podcast. We talk crap out here, man. Like we fans of the team. We gonna get the information that we need. I'm gonna give you all the information and news and notes that come to that. But at the same time, we fans of this team, man. And I don't care what nobody say. Dallas losing, 49ers losing. Any time of the day of the week, Monday, Sunday, Thursday, Saturday, I don't care if they lose. I'm a happy camper. Now, if the Eagles lose tonight, I ain't gonna be so happy. But again, the Dallas Cowboys lost as well. So I look forward to the night. Again, Jalen has to be on it. Just get the ball to the playmakers. We're gonna have fun tonight. I believe it's gonna be a good game. Like I said, by the end of the stream, I believe I probably would have went up. So I know I left at 24, but after I'm going to go up. We 26 points tonight. 26-13. I changed my prediction. 26-13. No, but yeah, man, it should be a fun night tonight. If you down there tonight, be as loud as you can, be rowdy as you can, have fun. Like I said, the tailgates are already started. The gates are opening in about 30 minutes down there. They've been down there camping out, got pigs and alligators and everything else on the grills, already smoking while they in line waiting to get into it. They've been down there since 5:30. The news outlets are going crazy, everything, man. So it should be a good time tonight. The official home game of the Philadelphia Eagles. Nick Foles is retiring tonight. That should be a fun time as well to see him retire as the Eagles. Monday Night Football, Jason Kelsey is here. The man, the myth, the legend himself is here with the ESPN crew as well. So it should be a good time tonight. Limit the turnovers. Absolutely. Tonight, if all goes well, I leave it to just what he just said. John, limit the turnovers. We limit the turnovers. I can see us winning this game very easily. Dallas sucks. Absolutely. Dallas sucks. Dallas sucks. Start the chant. Dallas sucks. Dallas sucks. For sure, man. So yeah, I'll be down there as well for a while at the tailgating events and games and everything like that. So it should be a great time. Just recapping this weekend. Sunday was great. A lot of great games. Like you said, Dallas Cowboys, they lost. 49ers, they lost. Cooper Kupp injured. Rams get shellacked by Cardinals. Justin Jefferson injured. The injury bug is definitely sliding around in the NFL right now. host of good games. A lot of, Jets get a win. It was fun this weekend. It was fun overall this weekend. Not a lot of things happened off the court. Obviously, we had like the Tyreek Hill getting arrested before, but a lot of things on the court, not on the court, on the field happened. Sam Darnold showed out again as well, which is surprising to everyone. The Carolina Panthers, they're a dumpster fire. They're going to go 0-17. Respect to my man Booby Miles Sanders down there in Carolina. I mean, much love, respect to you for you. Free Booby Miles down there because he don't deserve that. But that's how things happen in the NFL. They terrible down there. Bryce Young, their experiment is over. I'm good with it. I'm done. He just looked totally lost. Not saying the team is great, but you got Adam Thielen screaming on the sideline. This is just a complete dumpster fire. The Giants stink. Daniel Jones still stink. Malik Neighbors showed out what he could be as a wide receiver. He definitely showed himself out there. But again, Daniel Jones stink. What else happened over this weekend? Kansas City Chiefs escape again, beating Joe Burrow and the Bengals, who had them on the ropes. Did some dumb things late in the game by the Bengals that they should have won that game. There's some dumb things late. Chiefs get bailed out again with the pass interference call on the fourth down play. Granted, this one, ticky-tack, letter of the law. He ran into the wide receiver before he was able to catch it. So, letter of the law, that is a pass interference. So I'm not mad, but also it's like, come on. It was like the slightest of bumps. I think I seen a stat or something like that. It's been 9 times Patrick Mahomes has been on a fourth down, and it was bailed out by a pass interference call that kept the drive going, and they went on and won the game with a field goal, obviously, as you seen last night. So you had that going on. Probably the best game the Bengals had since the start of the season. Week 1 wasn't the best, so week 2 was definitely better. Jamar Chase still snapping. But, Joe Burrow looked like he's getting, a bit healthier, getting around into form. So not a lot going on when it came to around the NFL. Look forward, like I said, to what's to happen going on in the season, and especially tonight. We're going to have fun tonight. I'm going to have fun tonight. I hope you guys all have fun tonight when it comes to the Eagles. Again, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, phillysportsnetwork.com on YouTube, OpenGym Network on YouTube. Make sure you follow all the social media platforms. You can follow me. Obviously, I'm going to put my name and stuff out. You can follow me on all social media platforms. It's right there on your screen, right there, at only1AB__ on Instagram. On Twitter, it's actually X is a little different. It's only1__AB. But you can also follow OpenGym on Instagram, excuse me, Twitter, TikTok, wherever you on. Philly Sports Network, Metro Philly as well. Follow all the social medias as we continue to bring you great content tonight and on this whole season. Like, comment, and share. Follow. Make sure it'll be dropping, I would say, this week. OpenGym merch, OpenGym hats with the O, with the OpenGym logo on the side. That'll be dropping this week, so look out for that announcement as well when it comes to that. Link will be coming up real soon when it comes to that. With this weekend, I believe shipment is in, designs are in, colors is in, everything. Got a green one, got a black one. Shirts will be coming as well. So make sure you tap in and look out for that announcement as well. Again, follow all the social media platforms and stay up to date. And again, if you're down at the link, all my people that's in Philadelphia, Jersey, Delaware, all the surrounding areas, if you're flying up for the game, I got friends from Atlanta that's coming up for the game as well. Meet me down at the parking lots. I'll be down at the parking lots. OpenGym, Philly Sports Network, Metro will be down there doing live interviews, getting some content. Stop by. If you see me, I'll have this on. I'll be wearing my color green, my black OpenGym hat as well. Look for me. We're gonna have the cameras out. Let's bust it up. Let's have a conversation. Get some content. Might shoot next show. Might even be showed up on this show. Excuse me. Again, while the game is going on as well, this number right here. Leave a message. Your frustration, your concerns. You just want to talk crap, whatever it might be. Call this number 484-519-1495. Leave a message on that line. When we stream tomorrow after the game, I will be playing some of you guys' reactions from the game last night, during, before, and after the game last night. So make sure you save that number. Make sure you hit that number, call that number, leave a message. Be interactive. This is an interactive show. This ain't your typical podcast. Everyone that's in here, we got almost 200 people that's on here live right now. I appreciate you guys staying this long with me. Be interactive with me in the comments, making the calls, leaving the messages, whatever. I want to enjoy this with you guys. You guys are the fans. This is Open Gym. Man, everything is open, all the discussions, all the topics. Yes, we are fully based. Yes, we talk about our birds, but at the same time, I'm here for all the shenanigans, all the fun. This is episode number 2 with my new partners, Philly Sports Network, Metro Philly. This your boy, A.B. And we going to leave you with some good juju before we get on out of here. Like I told you, this is the Philly Sports Network. And we're going to leave you with
Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly, score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory.
Sing it with me.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
And I'm your boy A.B., and we're out of here. Yes, sir.